Within a few weeks, we'll be on the brink of the European elections, most likely, where your party's message is stop Brexit. Now, there are quite a few parties campaigning along similar lines. So what is it that makes a Remain voter turn to the Liberal Democrats as opposed to Change UK or the Greens?
Well, I mean, maybe you would say we're the original and best. We have, as you said in your intro, been campaigning for a people's vote on the Brexit deal since immediately after the referendum.
I wonder how many people remember that, because it feels like you may have been the first, but you've rather been eclipsed in that message.
Look, if we want to deliver this, that was only ever going to be able to happen if we convinced others to join that cause. And so I am delighted that it was Liberal Democrats saying this back in 2016 on our own, but that we are no longer the only voices arguing for this, and that other MPs and politicians and members of the public from all parties and none have joined that fight.
But it splits the vote, doesn't it?
Look, looking at the European elections, I think it is a shame that those Remain supporting parties weren't able to come to an agreement to be fighting that together. But the wider aim of the securing of a people's vote to stop Brexit is one where we are very much still working together in Parliament and outside of Parliament.
You were very much in the midst of the discussions that were happening between your party and Change UK on this point about whether you could work together for the European elections. What went wrong? Why didn't it happen?
Well, look, in principle, they took the view that this wasn't something that they all wanted to do, and that's up to them, that's their decision. I think that's a shame. Part of this then becomes about practicality and timing, and it would have been difficult, and I understand, when that was their initial perspective, fine. But, we are working together on amendments in Parliament, on debates in Parliament, and outside of Parliament when we saw that amazing People's Vote March with 1 million people on the streets of London.
This is a really crucial moment, isn't it? The chance to take part in the European elections. As far as Change UK are concerned, they sound more like rivals rather than friends. Chris Leslie, one of their MPs, saying the centre ground needs a fresh overhaul. The Liberal Democrats have baggage. They want your voters. They're parking their tanks on your lawn.
Look, clearly those comments are unhelpful and they're not exactly representative of the new politics, if you like. But I think wiser heads will prevail. I think that we can have a positive working relationship. And I think that's what people expect us to be able to, on a very practical way, work with people whose values we share, because we need that working together if we are to stop Brexit. And as I say, it won't be a common platform for the European elections, but this goes beyond the European elections, and I am very confident that that joint working will continue, yes, with Change UK, but also with those sensible MPs within Labour or the Conservatives, with those in the nationalist parties, Caroline Lucas. We have a productive, positive relationship, and that's essential. And that's why a people's vote is now the option that's backed most by the public. It's now had 280 MPs supporting it in Parliament, so it's come a long way since the Lib Dems started proposing it 3 years ago.
Do you think your